Dr. Deepa Shetty here. I am speaking from my clinic called Sakyam. The mission of Sakyam is well-being of all. When we speak about health, we consider our physical health, for which we do exercises to build our stamina, strengthen our muscle, and make ourselves more flexible. But today I'm going to speak on a very important aspect of mind gym, which is one of a key thing that we take care in our Sakyam. So mind gym is gymming your mind. So in that, let's understand today mental flexibility. So how do you make your mind flexible? First, let's understand why mental flexibility is important. Mental flexibility is a part of your thought process wherein you're able to adapt your thinking pattern in face of any adverse challenges and uncertainties of life. So if you are able to really flex your thought patterns, your thinking pattern, your emotions when you're faced with a lot of challenges out there, that's when you will not be stressful. And if you're not stressful, then definitely it won't come on your physical body and health is intact. Disease is always when you're not at ease. So how and why do you are not at ease? Because you have developed one way of thinking, which is your comfortable zone. And if you stretch beyond that comfortable zone, you become uncomfortable. And when you have to stretch more, it is really uncomfortable, and that's when you get diseased. But how about forming a new comfort zone, a bigger, wider comfort zone, which makes it possible for you to view everything in a very different perspective, in all the perspective, and you have a lot of alternatives out there. So if this is not working, that will work, this doesn't work, that will work, and every alternatives out there are allowing you to learn from those experiences. Isn't this mindset beautiful? Because this way of thinking allows you to use your brain completely in every way, and you have so many ways to see the same thing. That's why it's very important to have mental flexibility. It is about, inviting change and really taking them in and able to adapt to those changes. And that's when you develop resilience. Resilience is actually bouncing back with any kind of uncertain and adverse situation out there. You bounce back because you can reframe, rethink, and actually adapt to the newer situation. That's when your creative ability comes in. That's when you're able to take your decision effectively and your problem solving ability becomes good. So, isn't there are too many benefits of having mental flexibility, and it will be such beautiful wider zone. There are so many outcomes with positive ways of looking at life, and life becomes a beautiful way to create, to learn, and become the beautiful you. So how do you get this? It sounds so interesting to have this mental flexibility, but why are we not able to do that? So let's understand how you get this. First and foremost, learn mindfulness, because that's when those are the techniques, when you do deep breathing, when you focus on one single thing while doing mindfulness, these are the techniques which will help you to be aware of your thoughts. You're able to view your thoughts without getting engaged into them. And when you don't get engaged into them, you look at them as so small, sweet characters in that story, which you'll be able to see. I mean, you think about any past experiences, or if it is in the present which has happened, look it at as a story and see those characters in that story. So you're able to be aware of the thought without getting engaged. And if you're able to do that now, that's when you're able to actually really see your thought patterns, and then probably you will be able to challenge those assumptions and belief system which are rigid, and you're not able to change. You're not able to have a different perspective of the same situation because the old ones are so rigid. You're able to challenge them, and those assumptions can be reframed, rethought, and you can have a different way of thinking of the same situation. And then when you're able to do that, then you can come up with a creative solution to the same problem. Because when you were thinking in the old way, you can think only one solution. But when you're able to actually see it in a different angle, you can come up with a different solutions, different creative solution to the same problem. And that's when you learn from your setbacks, you learn from your new experiences are born out of the same situation. You learn from it so beautifully that now you know that if this wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have learned. Don't you do that now also when in the past experiences you look back and you see, if that wouldn't have happened today, I wouldn't have been here because I didn't know that time that I can think and be like this, what I am today. So those experiences help you to be resilient and you're able to bounce back with a newer perspective and newer you. To do this, do engage in the present moment into a lot of puzzle like activity, games, strategy building, and even you can think about actually brainstorming sessions with people around you, because there will be different viewpoints of different people and you can actually stay there and see all of them. So in that way, when you brainstorm into one single problem in different angles, you see different way of thinking, and that's when your brain is able to adapt and open, and you can see it in a very beautiful way. These are some ways to actually develop your mental flexibility by not remaining in those same comfort zone and broaden your views. And you can actually be open to meaningful conversation with people without getting scared about your identity, because your belief systems are so rigid. You feel if you lose them and you let go of them, you won't be sane. But you don't understand that, or you don't see, or rather we don't see that we can actually become broader, open, and a newer us with a new experience, with a great growth in our mind. And next time when the challenge comes, when there's a saying which says that when a new problem comes, you don't say why me, you say try me, because there's a new opportunity out there to learn and grow in life. And that's the way you can rethink and unlearn the old pattern. Hence, mental flexibility is a very important skill to learn, and Mind Gym teaches you those. That's what I do in Sakyam. Really make people see those things which they were seeing in one way in a different way. Sometimes it is a little difficult to see it because we get caught up in those situations. But remember, I always believe everything out there happens for our good. And if you want to see good, it will be there. And it always makes you the best. And best of you always gives better of you and a newer you. Happy, healthier you. So, let's learn this technique and be mentally flexible enough to live a happier and healthier life. Hope this video added some value in your life. Thank you, and do write in the comment section how you liked. Thanks a lot.